Who's we? Because you have warring factions. You've got the Illuminati on one hand. You've got the Majestic on another.
We as the United States as part of the UN. NATO. I don't really want to comment too much about NATO and who's controlling the NATO alliance at this point. But
isn't it a fact that the Illuminati
we're doing most of the lion's share.
Would be stealing back this looking? I mean, if they want it to happen, their objective would be to steal these cylinders and get them on, so that they could use the looking glass technology.
They can't show up as an aggressor to steal anything back. So what they do is they vote against us.
How does that stop looking glass technology?
It plays out in the UN. Well, we had looking glass technology and portal, actual Stargate technology in Iraq as late as the start of 2003. And a lot of countries didn't want us to enter Iraq. We did though, didn't we?
Right. But how is it that, in other words, it sounds like...
Muammar just handed his two over. We just told him that we were going to make him rich beyond avarice. And he was a little smarter than Saddam, that's all. And so what he did is he handed them over and says, "Oh, please come into my country." He says, "Look at my equipment to make sure that I'm not making any weapons of mass destruction." Meanwhile, out the back door goes the two that Saddam actually had transferred over to him.
Cylinders.
Equipment, Stargate activating technology, for them to experiment with. They were experimenting.
But if the looking glass technology is the same thing, is access as a wormhole. The technology accesses a wormhole.
Yes.
It also accesses Stargates.
Well, that's essentially the same thing. I've been using the term Stargates technology as meaning a machine that accesses a wormhole by spreading out the energy, the strange matter, or whatever it is, and I'm not a physicist, that spreads it out in a compatible way to either communicate through it or passage of information. And that includes also...
But it occurs naturally. Stargates occur naturally.
Indeed they do.
So how do you close those?
You don't, and we don't want to. We don't want to. The history reads that the natural passage of us through this energetic space is a good thing. But it's our use of technology which provokes the catastrophe. So it's our enhancement of this natural system, inappropriate enhancement, which provokes the catastrophe. And so no, we don't want that to happen. I think that the energetics that we're passing through is part of what's happening to us naturally that's changing us in a positive way. It's part of the loving cosmos that we're part of. I think that's probably one of the factors, not all, but one of the factors for the rise of these beautiful children, the indigo children. And I'm all for it.
So we want to leave the Stargates, the natural Stargates. They are leaving those alone.
Right. We want to keep our hands up from nature. Pull our hands away. Get it away from the fruit of the tree of life, so to speak. Get it away and just let nature happen during this time. That will be a good thing. However, we also have people who oppose that because they want what they want.